Again, good afternoon or evening, post Eagles. I don't know, like I said, I was seeing a lot of East Coast folks, so I'm up in New Hampshire myself, and it is just as hot in New Hampshire as it has been, I think, all up and down the Atlantic seaboard. So we are not, even though I'm in the mountains, it's just as hot, muggy, sticky, and humid as it is in other places. So again, welcome to everybody, and I'm very excited to be able to present this to you. David and I have been working on bringing this to you all for a little bit, and happy to be able to finally get to do it. So Joe, if you want to flip to the next,
Cooperate. There you go.
if the slide deck cooperates. Prior learning assessment. You might have heard prior learning assessment. You might have heard credit for work experience. A couple of different ways that prior learning assessment or PLA is talked about here at Post. So I just wanted to put together a quick presentation regarding what it is and what we can do to help students in their programs and moving through getting to possibly move through their programs a little bit quicker. So again, what is prior learning assessment PLA at Post University? It offers students an opportunity to earn course credits for prior work experience, and we're going to talk about that a little bit more in depth in a moment. And again, students need to be matriculated and undergraduates have a minimum of 5 years professional work experience to participate in PLA and enroll in and pass the PLA preparatory course, which is PLA 201. And that's a course that has just been redeveloped within the last year, and submit a portfolio for faculty review. So that's a really quick snapshot into what prior learning assessment is. Again, this is for undergraduate students who are sophomores and who are in good academic standing. And we'll get into that a little bit when we talk about PLA 201. And I do see a hand.
Lisa, what we're going to do is we're going to table hand
Okay, gonna
raised and
table the
questions.
questions to the end.
Yeah, we'll
Okay,
wait.
perfect.
Yeah, wait until
Sure.
later for those. And if
Okay.
anyone has any immediate questions you don't want to forget, just plug them in the chat.
Okay.
I'll keep inventory of them and we'll ask them once the presentation's done. Thanks,
Awesome.
Lisa.
Thanks, David. Appreciate
Yep,
it.
you got it.
So Joe, if you can flip to the next page. So prior learning assessment, what is a prior learning assessment portfolio? Sometimes I like to think of them as research papers on steroids. It demonstrates your student learning based on your prior work experience. The PLA portfolio you're going to submit will need to align with the outcomes of the course to be challenged. They're individual and specific to the challenged course, and they include a great deal of research and writing. A lot. The preparatory course alone, PLA 201, affords you the opportunity to draft a portfolio, and there are a lot of pieces to put together for a portfolio. And again, if I tend to use so I'm not slighting other programs, but I tend to use Marketing 200 as my example. So if I've been a marketing assistant for 10 years at a company and I've got experience with social media and there's a social media course, Marketing 200 is a social media course. I know it's not, but I'm going to look at that course. I'm going to look at the outcomes of the course. I'm going to look at what I've done in my 10 years as a marketing assistant. And I'm going to chat with my advisor, chat with me, and really talk about, does my experience align with the course outcomes for Marketing 200? I've got 10 years social media experience. Let's see if that experience will align with the course outcomes. So again, what do I do first? Joe, if you want to flip to the next slide. Enroll in PLA 201. The title of the course is Portfolio-Based Assessment for Prior Learning. Eligible students enroll in PLA 201. And PLA 201 gives a really good overview of what an expectation is when you draft your portfolio, and really takes you step by step through what artifacts you're going to need, what documentation you're going to need to help defend your experience against the outcomes of the course. And PLA 201 does fulfill one of your open or unrestricted electives in your program of study. I know sometimes they're written as open electives, sometimes they're unrestricted. So PLA 201 fulfills one of those electives. And we do have several prereqs for PLA 201. Because there's so much research and writing involved in drafting the portfolio, students must have taken and passed English 130, have maintained sophomore status, and submit their resume to be reviewed by the director of the Center for Career and Professional Development. And again, submit the resume to PLA@post.edu. And students also must be in good academic standing. Students who are provisionally accepted or on academic warning will not be eligible for PLA. And I just want to talk about the resume for a moment. It's very important. I mean, again, we here at Post, we're very workforce ready, workforce prepared, and we want you to be prepared for the next part of your journey when you graduate from Post. And by reviewing your resume through CCPD, it really gives the director an idea of where you're at, where you're going, what you want to do. And it gives you as the student an opportunity to have your resume reviewed by the director. And I do have to say, in the past, students who have enrolled in PLA 201 and submitted their resume, while their resumes were good, the director said, I think we could tweak. They seem to have a lot more experience than they're letting on in their resume. And I was able to connect the two. And Camille Dumont, the director of CCPD, has worked with that student to help them really get that resume to the next level where they really want it to be. So that's an important component that we added to PLA 201 as one of the prerequisites. We really want you to be ready to draft this portfolio to be able to earn credit for a course that you're challenging. And that's really an important component to that. Joe, if you want to, yep, there you go. Flip to the next one. So what do I do next? Submit your portfolio. As part of PLA 201, you will be drafting a portfolio that you will submit as part of your final grade. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, your portfolio for PLA 201 will be 50% of your grade. So you complete it after you complete PLA 201, submit it to PLA@post.edu. That comes directly to me. And then I work with the program chair to identify a portfolio evaluator, and that's one of our faculty. It could be the program chair. The program chairs, in many cases, have evaluated portfolios. In some cases, they will ask one of their associate faculty to evaluate the portfolio. Just like any other assignment, the portfolio is evaluated using a rubric, and a successful rubric score equals credits earned for the challenged course. So I'm challenging marketing 200. I have hit all the marks. My work experience aligns with the course outcomes. I've got my artifacts. I've got my documentation. I've written a great paper. Professor Mullengarden has reviewed it and evaluated it, and I earned a score of 25 out of 28 on the rubric. So therefore, I will earn credit for that course. And it will be on your transcript. It will not show as an A, a B, or a C. It will just show up as credit that you earned credit for that course. In some cases, students don't earn that successful score on the rubric. I do have to say, faculty are amazing when it comes to feedback. Even when a student has earned the successful rubric score, the feedback that faculty give is really great, and students have used that feedback to submit additional portfolios. They've taken that, so they've been able to take that next portfolio to the next level. You can resubmit your portfolio there for an additional review by, you tweak it, you write it. If you, go to the Center for Academic Success for some help, there will be an additional fee that applies to that resubmitted portfolio. It's a fee of $150 that will go on your student account for a resubmission or for any new portfolio submissions. And Joe, if you want to jump to the next slide. Answering my question now, may I submit more than one portfolio? Absolutely. If your prior work experience aligns with outcomes in other courses within your program, you may absolutely draft and submit an additional portfolio. You complete your portfolio the same way you did the first one, submit it to PLA@post.edu. I'll work with the chair to identify the evaluator, and the same rules apply. The evaluator will use a rubric to evaluate your portfolio. Successful rubric score equals credits earned for the challenged course. And again, same holds for if you do not earn a successful score, that you can resubmit at a fee of $150. And Joe, if you want, oh, there you go. Thank you. Again, what else do I need to know? Here is what else you need to know about PLA. Associate of Science degree students, they may earn up to 15 credits towards their 60 credit degree. Bachelor of Arts or Bachelor of Science degree students may earn up to 30 credits towards their 120 credit program. Again, you really should reach out to your advisor to determine if PLA is appropriate for you. Again, reiterating that PLA 201 fulfills an open or unrestricted elective. And while the fee, the $150 fee for a resubmitted portfolio or an additional portfolio will go on your student account, you may use financial aid for PLA 201. And again, students submitting additional portfolios are charged a fee of $150. And the same holds true again for resubmitting portfolios. The contact information for the PLA administrator, which is me, is pla@post.edu. And we do currently have several programs that are not eligible for PLA, and the AS in Early Childhood Education, the BS in Child Studies, undergraduate certificates, internships, practicums, seminars, grad programs, and grad certificates are not eligible for PLA. And if there are any students on the phone who are American Sentinel College of Nursing and Health Sciences students, they have a slightly different program. So please, if you're in one of the, if you're in the RN to BSN program, to please follow up with your advisor regarding PLA. And I just want to talk about for just a minute before we flip to the next slide, Joe, for early childhood education and child studies, there are specific rules and regulations that those two programs need to follow because of their accreditor. It's a very specific program, and NACCE has specific guidelines that students need to follow. And right now, students in those two programs need to take their courses as regular courses. They can't use PLA to try to challenge one of their courses. And Joe, if you want to flip to the next benefits. Students who complete their portfolios and earn a successful rubric score, you're going to get those 3 credits for that course or courses that you challenge. Earning credit via PLA may offer you an opportunity to complete your degree sooner. And again, it also may offer you an opportunity to complete your degree at a lower cost. And I know I mentioned that Associate of Science students may earn up to 15 credits, and Bachelor of Arts or Bachelor of Science students may earn up to 30 credits. We have had students PLA 10 courses in a program, and they have submitted 10 successful portfolios and have earned 30 credits towards a bachelor's degree. So there have been one or two, but it can happen. It is not, and I've had students who have submitted 2 portfolios, 3 portfolios, 4 portfolios towards their degree plan, which does take time off. I look at it as you get to the stage quicker, and you get to cross the stage and shake President Hopkins' hand and hold your jacket as you cross the stage, and that's awesome. And that, I believe that that gives you an opportunity to really start that next part of your journey after you cross that stage. Gonna flip to the next one. Okay. Commonly asked questions. I know what we've gone through these in the rest of the slide deck, but just to reiterate, where should you submit questions or your portfolios? PLA at post.edu. Are you charged a fee to submit portfolios? You may submit one portfolio as part of PLA 201, and you'll be charged $150 for subsequent portfolios, new or resubmissions. Will you receive credit for submitting a portfolio? You will not automatically receive credit for submitting a portfolio. They're reviewed and evaluated by faculty like other assignments are, and you can earn course credits based on the rubric score. And the last question here is, does PLA 201 fulfill requirements for you to earn credit for prior work experience? PLA prepares you to draft a portfolio for a course you're challenging in your program of study. So again, it's not a matter, PLA is not a matter of, I've been working as a marketing assistant for 10 years, so I want credit for my work experience. There are, again, the requirements we've discussed to take the preparatory course, to submit your resume to CCPD, to have passed English 130, to be a sophomore, and to be in good academic standing. So I mean, it sounds like it's a lot of work, but the benefits are great if if you submit a portfolio that that hits the 21 out of 28 mark on the rubric, and you're going to earn college credit for that course. So again, if you've got 10, at least 5 years under your belt, but if you've got 10 or 15, you may have held a couple of different roles at a company in your program of study. It's worth chatting with your advisor, chatting with me. I'm always happy to meet with you and your advisor to answer any questions. If students submit a question to PLA at post.edu, I will always reply to you and copy your advisor on my response, just so that we're all in the loop and are all understanding the situation. So I think that's the last slide except for contact information, Joe. Yep, that's just my contact information here at Post. And that's what I have.
Awesome.
I don't know if there are questions, David.
Yeah, so we have a question from Betty. I'm going to give Betty the capability to come off mute and ask her question.
Cool.
So give me
Great.
just 1 second.
Sure.
And then we have a couple more too.
Absolutely. Perfect.
Okay. Betty, your mic's set. Go ahead and come off mute when you're ready.
Hi, I'm Betty Longo, and I am a 23-year career employee at a casino in Connecticut. I've been involved in the offices since 2003, and I have a lot of experience. So this is my first semester going for my bachelor's degree.
Okay.
Would it be worth my while to do the PLA?
Well, if this is your first term, you would need, again, I don't know I know it's kind of getting in the weeds a little bit, but I don't know if you have transfer credits that you're working with your advisor on, because transfer credits, David, please correct me if I'm wrong, transfer credits will change a student's status, correct?
Yes, I believe that's correct.
Okay.
Yep.
So Betty, I'm sorry,
I
go
already
ahead.
associate's degree.
Oh, you do? Okay. Okay. So I'm sorry. I thought that this was, I'm sorry. I misunderstood. I thought this was your
Sorry.
first term. You have your associate's degree. So, okay. So you're 60 credits in. Um, yes, it would be, what is your, if you don't mind me asking, your program of study?
Business administration. I've been in the offices since 2003. I've done checkbooks, budgets, accrual statistics. I've also done advertisement for like newspapers for the
Mhm.
department, the web app. I have a vast variety of what I've done. I've done directors and managers work also. So I'm just wondering if I had put a portfolio together of all my experience in the casino, would that benefit me?
Well, it wouldn't be a portfolio of all your experience. It would be based on a course that you want to challenge. So you're in business administration. Let's see, what's a number? I'm going to use the Baldrige Principles course because that's the only one I can think of off the top of my head. So if you haven't yet taken Business 211, and you say you send an email to PLA@post.edu, I'm interested in challenging BUS 211. Please send me more information regarding the course, and I'll send you the outcomes for the course and
Okay.
copy your advisor on it as well. And then, we can also have a chat about your work experience and possibly other courses within that program that your experience might align with.
Okay.
Absolutely. So yeah, please send an email to pla@post.edu.
Okay, I definitely took down the email address. I mean,
Good.
I'm 53 years old, so I'm an old student,
No, you're
but
not.
I really need this bachelor's degree. I had an opportunity to go for a manager's position. I've been taking care of the department for over 15 years, and I didn't get it because of not having the bachelor's degree. So that's
Well,
my goal.
first of all, you're not old.
Oh,
And second of all, it's never we've had how many what ages have we've had graduates in their 80s.
oh,
So
that's cool.
it's never too late. And to your point, one of the benefits I think of PLA is exactly what you're saying, that it helps you get to the finish line faster, and it helps you challenge those courses that you're there. You may have you may have met all the outcomes for that course. So it is definitely worth a conversation. Absolutely.
Well, I appreciate it. Thank you so much for
Yeah.
your input.
No, absolutely. No, happy to help.
Great question.
Mhm.
Thank you so much, Betty. Appreciate it. We're going to go
You're
to,
welcome.
um, let's go to Pascal Hilary. Pascal, I'm going to take you off. I'm going to allow you to come off mute at your leisure. Go right ahead.
Yes, I wanted to know if PLA is good for communication and media majors and
Yeah.
public health.
Yes, Pascal, if for communication and media studies, absolutely. That program is courses within that program, students may challenge through PLA. Absolutely.
Okay, great. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Another great question. Thank you so much. We're going to go ahead and go to Janelle next. Janelle, you are going to be able to come off mute when you're ready.
Hi. My question is this. Okay, I've done 63 hours of community college. One class sort of getting my AAS,
Mhm.
applied science. I did substance abuse counseling for 20 years. I was certified as a substance abuse counselor. My major now is psychology.
Okay.
I know that if I go and take that one class, that I need the biology to get my associate's degree, and then use that with you all. Will I get credit for all my time and then move up in terms of not being a freshman.
But you said you have your associate's degree, correct? Or
No,
your one
I
credit, your
one
one course
credit
short.
short of it. I have 63 credits in community college. However, the biology class I didn't pass.
Okay. So are you taking the bio class here now at Post?
No, I just started there, so I didn't know if I could do that, and then that would give me those. I would be able to get my associate that way.
Um, that's more of a registrar's question, but I can tell you that you have what you have. So you have 60 credits right now, or you have 57 credits, correct?
Oh, I have 60.
60
Correct.
credits right now. So that, yeah, I mean, that is going to, and David, again, please correct me if I'm wrong. You have your associate's degree, so you wouldn't be a freshman for PLA if you wanted to pursue that. If you met the criteria again, having passed English 130, and sometimes those credits transfer in. Being good in good academic standing, submitting the resume, and by virtue of the fact that you have or are close to having your associate's degree, you would have sophomore status without question.
Okay.
Yeah, I
So,
believe that's also correct, Lisa. Thank you.
Thanks,
so
David.
what would I need to do? Send you guys, have them send the transcript there, official transcript?
Yeah, you would start the process through the registrar's office,
Okay.
so that they can evaluate that transcript and see kind of what slots are left open. And actually, you bring up a good point. For students who come in with transfer credits, very often those transfer credits will, for lack of a better term, knock out the open and unrestricted electives. So sometimes students may need to not transfer 3 credits in if it's going to be used as an open elective credit, so that they can take PLA 201. It doesn't happen all the time, but sometimes it does happen.
All right. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.
Okay, looks like we have one more coming, I think, here.
Sure.
It's gonna be from this will be from Masa. Masa, you can take yourself off mute when you're ready.
Good afternoon, professors.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
My name is Masa. I have a French background. I'm originally from Africa, West Africa, Ivory Coast. I'm actually when I was listening to you, when you said child study won't be able to be qualified, I was kind of a little bit like, okay, this is me here. So what should I do in that case? You said to call my advisor, right? And also, beside that, I've been working with children for like almost 20 years in this country. I don't know if I can get some credit for that. I've been working with individual parents, like private parents. It's kind of like I got some certificate because I didn't want to work with children without no knowledge. So from that, I learned English first, and I got my GED. I went to some college, and now I'm at post university because of a love of children. But the certification that I got was like one of them is like a child specialist certificate, and also I have the baby nurse, so it was like a time, like sometimes I'll be working as a nanny, sometimes I'll be working as a baby nurse, and sometimes I'll be working as a private teacher, private French teacher. And right now, I just got a job at Montessori in Brooklyn for like 6
Awesome.
months, but the school is over. So I'm doing my best to get to go where I want to go, to definitely get my children, no matter what certification or degree it is for children. So for PLA, am I gonna get some credit for that, or should I have to move from you guys to go to another department for that? That was my question. Thank you so
Well,
much for
okay,
your help.
I'm gonna take the questions one at a time, and I'm gonna
Yeah.
start with the bad one first. I because child studies and early childhood education have very specific accreditation guidelines, those programs are not eligible for PLA. And again, PLA doesn't give credit for prior work experience. Students need to challenge a course within their program of study to earn credit for, again, Marketing 200. Yeah, I've got to find a new course, but I keep using Marketing 200. So yes, so I do apologize. We do not offer PLA to students enrolled in child studies and early childhood education at this time. But you did say something about having a certification. Um, so I would ask you to follow up with the registrar's office because they can evaluate certificates to determine if credits may be earned that way. PLA, we don't review certifications, but I would chat with the registrar's office and see if that might be a viable option, even if it's I'm making it up, but I'm saying 3 credits for a course based on something. But if you have earned certifications, and there are some certifications that we'll take, some certifications we're not able to take. So, but I think it's better to ask the question than not. So
Okay. Okay. Thank you
thank
so
you.
much.
No, thank you for the questions.
Thank you again. Mhm.
Great questions from everyone.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think that's it with the raised hand questions. Let me see if we have anyone who I missed here.
Okay.
Hold on in the chat. Um, Guys, I apologize if one of my kittens comes walking across my monitor, my laptop here. Oh, we got Richard here with a hand raised. Hold on 1 second. Richard, I'm going to give you the opportunity to come off mute. Just give me 1 second. And okay, go right ahead, Richard. You can come off mute when ready.
Oh, I think he's
You're
still
on
on
mute,
mute. Yep.
Richard.
Yeah. David, can you manually take him off mute?
I unfortunately I can't. That's
Okay.
the one of the challenges with my I can't pull someone off mute. Richard, we're gonna give you a second. Let's see if you can come off mute. If not, that's okay. We'll go to someone else. We'll come back to you, okay? Who else has Brian? Brian's hand's raised. Brian, we'll let you go next. And you can come off mute when ready.
Hello, surprise. I'm not Brian.
I was just going to say, this is
Sorry,
Lisa.
I was borrowing it. My name is
That's all
Lisa.
right.
Yes. Hi. I'm currently a sophomore in the equine science program. And my question is, do you have to do a separate portfolio for each course challenged? I've got like
Yes.
15 years experience working in animal cruelty, equestrian management, and I run a nonprofit for equine therapy. So
Yeah, thank you.
you
That's a
have to
great
do
question.
one, yeah.
Yes, you did. And I just as an aside, when I started at Post in Waterbury, Connecticut, there used to be a big billboard with an equestrian jumping. And when I started working at Post, nobody thought anything about any other great programs we had. Oh, you're going to work at the horse school. So it's always been the horse school to me. But to answer your question, because the outcomes for the courses are different, your experience would need to align with those outcomes. So you would need to write a portfolio based on the outcomes for that course.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
But I'm also going to add a little caveat to that. I've had a lot of equine students come through PLA and submit portfolios and earn credit for their coursework. And so I would still encourage you. And also, again, to reiterate, if you have, I'm making it up. If you have 4 courses left to take, one not your seminar, not equine 403, but you've got the experience. Look at the outcomes for the courses. At $150 a course, basically, you have the opportunity to earn 9 credits for $450.
Yeah, that's great.
And you
So
get
it's
across the
worth it.
stage quicker.
Yeah. For
That's the
sure.
way I look at it too, is definite cost savings, but you also get to walk quicker. There, one of the other folks who was the Betty, who was talking about working at the casino, but because she didn't have that degree, was not able to kind of move up in the ranks, so to speak. If you know something's coming down the pike, or if you know that there's a position you really want to go for in your company and move up, it's going to get you to the finish line quicker.
That's great. Thank you.
You're welcome.
When I was not that I have too much to contribute on the PLA front, but when I was a campus director at our Boston campus at Springfield College, going back 6 years now, one of the things that I would always tell students, I was kind of like the liaison between the main campus folks that ran the process and as campus director, I used to tell them time is money too. And that's a good way to look at it. Like Lisa said, it may be advantageous for you either in your career or either in your personal, professional goals, whatever it is, to get it done quicker. So it might be helpful.
Right.
Yeah.
And I'm also 52, so it's ticking.
Hey,
Clock is ticking.
no, you're just representing. That's all.
All good.
Thangood. you.
Very good.
Welcome. Thank you.
Before we go on, thanks so much. Before we go on, I'm going to see if I can get maybe help Richard out here.
Okay.
Give Richard one more shot, and then if not, we're gonna go to Jarrett Clark. So Richard, let me see if I can
David,
take
can I take him off or?
No, nobody can.
Oh,
That's
nobody
the problem.
can. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I tried to, Lise.
Okay.
Yeah,
Thanks, Joe.
it doesn't. That's one thing it doesn't allow me to do. It allows me to let people to enable their mics, but they have to take themselves off mute. So if they have a problem at their location, I can't assist.
Gotcha.
But Richard, I think you're good now. I see you come off mute. Can we hear you?
Yes, I'm unmuted now.
Yay.
Look at that. We just had to talk about you for a minute for that to happen. Nice. Go right ahead when you're ready. Welcome.
I welcome. Thank you for the welcome. I was actually listening to what the young lady was saying, the one from Africa. And you guys was telling about she can go to registry and they will do the rest of the stuff that she was talking about, because that's what I had went through.
Awesome. Thank you for that. So definitely then,
yeah.
then Masa, then go to, chat with the registrar's office, about that.
Yes, and it depends on like it's different cities, different states. I mean, different states are different from Wisconsin. I'm in Wisconsin, so it's different states are real different. So maybe if she contact registry, she can go through registry and get it, because that's what we do here in Wisconsin.
The Badgers.
There you go. Lots of good schools up there. Badgers.
Little bit of a NCAA football and basketball fan here.
Yep.
So,
there you go.
but Rich,
Same.
thank you, David, for helping Rich come off mute. Rich, thank you for the
Stephen's question is degree in criminal justice. Background is varied, including military, yachting, captain, property management, personal assistance. While there's no relevancies to criminal justice, is there any ability to use my background to challenge courses in criminal justice? Now, that's a bit, I don't want to jump in for Lisa on this one. I think that may be a bit too specific. I think it would depend on I think maybe we might need to know a little bit more about things like your military background, certainly some of this other stuff too, and what we have, or what but that I'm going to turn that over to Lisa, because that's a good question. I'm not 100% sure.
No, thank you, David. That was a great
Yeah.
start. And you did say you had part of your background was criminal justice, though, correct?
Yes.
Is that what you were reading, David?
Yes.
No, so it looks like there are no relevancies to criminal justice, but wanted to see if there was ability to challenge courses in criminal justice. I think that would involve a deeper look into your background to see if there's anything that may loosely tied to some of it, but I'm not 100% sure. I don't think so. But again, I don't want to, I think that's Lisa's territory there.
Yeah, and again, it's based on the course outcomes. So if CRJ 101, I think that's Introduction to Corrections. If your background matched the outcomes for that course or for juvenile law or juvenile justice, then we can have a conversation. But it's definitely something you would need that 5 years minimum experience in that area to look to challenge one of the courses in criminal justice. I do also think, though, it's worth an email to PLA@post.edu. If you could just kind of explain where you're coming from, then I can certainly do some checking, and then we can chat with your advisor and see if there's anything we can do to help there. So yeah, so please reach out to PLA@post.edu and we'll take it from there.
Okay, great. All right, Jarrett, hang tight. William Davies. Hi, William. How you doing tonight? Always good to see you. We're gonna allow your mic and let you talk. Come off mute when you're ready.
Thank you very much. And you guys are always hosting great workshops, and I'm very happy to be here and participating.
Thank you.
My question for you would be, as you know, David, and you know this because you and I work together pretty closely. I'm getting ready to be graduating with my bachelor's in accounting. My background for the last 5 years is I've been a military recruiter, and that deals with marketing and networking and whatnot. Would it be possible through PLA to add in a minor in marketing to that bachelor's in accounting?
Wow, that's a new question. I am going to say, can you send an email to PLA@post.edu? Because I'm going to have to look into that. Could you do that for me?
Yes, I can, Lisa.
Absolutely. Thank you. Because that's a brand new question.
Yeah, and I think, and Lisa, to that
sorry,
point,
Joe, go ahead.
Yeah, I think to that point, I think it would also just depend on the courses.
Yes.
For that concentration in what would be necessary, so on and so forth. So I think first and foremost.
I'm sorry, I think you said minor. Did you
sorry.
say minor? Okay, yeah, okay. No, I just wanted to make sure I was on the right.
Sorry, wrong word popped in my head.
No. But to Joe's point, yes, we need to figure out what you're looking at that minor to be, because depending upon the minor, you also may have taken a lot of those courses already. And your accounting, so your business core is kind of an overview. Obviously your major core is all accounting, and there's no concentration in BS and accounting. Send an email to PLA@post.edu, please.
Yes, ma'am. I'll send that email over. And just for some clarification, I did take a look at the courses that are required for that minor. And there's I want to say it's only like 1 or 2 classes that aren't already on my transcript.
Okay.
And I know there were, if I had stuck with a bachelor's in management, I would have had more that transferred over from JST.
Yep, understood.
But I chose to go for the accounting route.
Yep, understood. So yeah, no, definitely. Please send that email over.
Yes, ma'am. I'll send that over as soon as I get done pulling in the groceries.
Well, that's a priority.
I like the multitasking here. Very good.
Exactly.
So there's would I be eligible for PLA if seeking my criminal justice degree? Was one question we just had come through.
Criminal justice is absolutely, the BS and the AS are both programs that are eligible for PLA, for students to challenge courses through PLA. Absolutely.
Awesome. Okay. I want to invite Monica and Jarrett to stay after because you guys both had some personal questions with getting caught up, but I think we are about at the point where we're going to wrap things up.
Okay.
And I want to listen. I want to thank Lisa and Joe for coming on board tonight to present this to you guys. I know Lisa and I have been talking about doing this for a while. We finally got it done, which is great. So thank you, Lisa. Thank you, Joe, for helping spearhead this as well. And I want to thank you guys for always having our backs to help when we need information too. For those of you, I just want to give a little shout out to Institutional Research here. Our team here helped us put together it was a couple of years ago now, or at least a year ago now, where we ran started running our workshop survey. So all of you that have taken the workshop survey in the past, I want to let you know that this is the team that has helped to put that together. So thank you to Lisa and Joe for doing such a great job for that with us. You guys are amazing and you really helped us promote. And to that, like I always like to do in the chat before the end of the meeting, I want to make sure you guys have an opportunity to let us know information about this workshop or any of our workshops.